How fucked up do you have to be to go after and attack a widow? Not just a widow, a very sweet Christian mother of 2 young kids whose husband did so much good, changed lives, and was murdered, assassinated in front of so many people. Way to show me that you've never known loss or tragedy in your life and had to handle it. And I might add a story time into this. I don't know. We'll see how people respond to it. It is true. There is no one way to handle grief and immense loss and trauma, tragedy. I've experienced it myself, and I have seen a lot of people that I care for go through it, including losing spouses. I haven't, but a very young spouse, actually same age as Charlie, and every kind of horror and loss you can imagine. Everybody's different. There is no right way. There is no wrong way. But now imagine, not that people who are doing this shit could do this, but that you are a massively public figure. Your spouse is a massively public figure that has an organization that people need and count on, and it can't just end. And you need to be the public face for that person. I don't care if it's millions of people or 10 people. Your ability to hold the reins on your grief so you can be that voice is it's a challenge that most people are never going to know. And sometimes it's just, man, maybe you have to do that just for your kids at home, right? It doesn't have to have an audience. A major loss, and you're sad and you're dealing with so much, but you need to be the face for your kids. Maybe they're really, really young. Okay, they don't need to see you crying and crushed every day, and you want to give them hope and a chance. I can see anybody who's been through that kind of loss can see it in others. Anybody who's been through that kind of, who's been through trauma, and you can see the real deal and you can see the fake, no matter how they do it. Everybody's different, but tragedy can see tragedy, loss can see loss. I think I didn't really know anything about Erica Kirk before Charlie died. I think she's an extraordinary woman. I see the awkwardness in her trying to speak and take on her new role while continuing to be a mother and mourn. But people attacking her is so fucking gross. It's so evil. It's unforgivable. And I'm seeing it from conservatives too, mostly liberals, but so-called conservatives. And there's some things that are just inexcusable. I am not going to unite with people that are morally bankrupt. As conservatives, there's a lot of things that we may disagree on. Absolutely, we're still conservatives, but there's a line, and it's something I don't see the left able to do very often. They don't know how to draw a line. If you're calling yourself a conservative and you're morally bankrupt, siding with actual Nazis, and you're an actual racist piece of shit, or insulting a widow, I want nothing to do with you. I don't give a shit. I refuse to unite with people like that. Tucker Carlson has gotten worse by the day. Candace Owens. I was never subjected to have to listen to Nick Fuentes, that piece of shit, until after Charlie died, because I've now seen his stuff on other places that I follow, and it's Tucker Carlson kissing his ass and Candace kissing his ass. It's just so fucking gross. That is the worst of the worst. That is so embarrassing. They're not conservatives. They don't stand for anything that conservatives stand for. They can call themselves that, but yeah, fuck them. Fuck anybody that stands behind them. Like I said, liberals can't do that when their people, their politicians, do horrific, horrendous things. They twist reality to defend them. No, I'm not fucking doing that. I don't care what you call yourself. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible fucking person. Anyway, I'll add in a story time here just to see if that's something people are interested in. You can stop now if you don't want to watch anymore. My best friend died almost exactly 3 years ago, and he was in contact. You know, he had hundreds of friends and associates, and I chose to be the face of that, to run everything. It really wasn't anybody else. And, of course, nowhere near the extent of what Erica had to do, but to be that face, to kind of hold the reins on your own mourning. You know, and I've had to do it before for just like my family and stuff like that at losses, but this was so different. I had to be so public and do a lot of speaking and organizing and phone calls and public this and public that. Man, there's no instruction booklet for that stuff. I know I came off awkward a lot, and I was really trying my best, because you want to do your public speaking and make people feel comfortable and welcome and a chance for them to mourn while you're still trying to deal with your own feelings, and it's such a weird, awkward place to be. You know, I see that in Erica, and it's such a massive level. But like I said, it doesn't even have to be that. You could just be a mom that, you know, a family member or a friend has died, and you just need to be there for your kids. You know? And when you're going through loss, it's not like every single second of your life you're crying and ripping your face off. That's just not realistic. You know, first times that you laugh after something like that, you feel bad, you feel like you've done something wrong maybe, and you do have to keep living. It's one breath at a time, one step at a time. You just keep living. And it's usually like waves. 1 minute you're on the ground crying and don't feel like you can move, and the next minute, you know, you're laughing and giggling with your kids or whatnot. And people that are making fun of her and attacking her, like, why? I thought I'd hit the limit on how disappointed in people I could be. But since Charlie died, just seeing how disgusting and how immoral, soulless people are. I'm fucking dumb. I'm really disappointed. I've always been disappointed in liberals, but conservatives, you know, what the fuck is going on with you? What the fuck is going on with you and your fucking weird ass conspiracy theories? I'm so disappointed. Anyway.